Hello everyone and welcome back to the AUDL Take. The AUDL offseason has been underway, and yes, it was a no season this year. Of course, we've gone over that 100 times, but there is no ultimate at all. USAU actually went ahead and canceled the rest of their postponed events, so there is no ultimate here in the US this year. So we're already looking forward to 2021. And Evan Lepler put together a prediction series. It's on the AUDL.com. You can check it out. Kind of a rankings of where he thinks the teams will line up going into the 2021 season. And nothing to really be surprised with. Basically, New York taking #1 spot, Dallas right there in second, and you can kind of fill it in from there. It's exciting to see that we're trying to keep the buzz going. It's been really tough, I think, for leagues to just keep people engaged. We're going to talk more about that in the later part of this episode. But I think Evan Lepler does a great job of finding ways to keep you engaged with the sport and also help you learn about some of the new players and just to keep you entertained. And I would say definitely go check it out. See if you agree with the power rankings going to 2021. But like I said, it's been a tough year for Ultimate fans. There's just nothing here in the States. We've seen some videos in other countries of people playing, but the feel of being able to play here in the States and seeing the great production value that we can put on, especially for the AUDL and the PUL, it's been a sad year, but we're hoping things move better as we go into this winter, and hopefully we have something going on in 2021. Taking a break now from the Ultimate world. I know this is the AUDL take, but it's been a little bit tough, with not really much going on in the AUDL, but I actually want to take a small time in this episode to talk about the PDGA. What is that? That's the Professional Disc Golf Association. Now, I've played disc golf a little bit before, but I always had to put my primary focus on Ultimate because I'm not one of those people who can just switch between styles of throws and then not accidentally carry one into the other. So I would play some disc golf here and there, but mostly I was very focused on my Ultimate career. And since there's nothing going on except for really, if I'm a disc fan, PDGA is really what's going on right now. And I want to kind of talk about the coverage that the Disc Golf Tour or Disc Golf Network has been doing. I've been watching I believe it was Idlewood and Ledgestone, the two events these past couple weekends, and I just want to say it's been really fun to watch. I think Disc Golf Network does a very good job of really making it feel like you're watching a live event. Jomez Pro is the other one. They do a lot more post-production kind of recording style, which is incredibly done very well. But I just want to say it's been really fun to watch these guys play, also the ladies, and it's just been kind of refreshing to have some type of disc sports out there as a fan, for someone who just likes to watch Ultimate. I've been very intrigued. Now, if I had to pick one or the other, I'd much rather watch Pro Ultimate over the PDGA, but I've just been really impressed, and it's been kind of making me think about my future in the sport of Ultimate, and I'm starting to see a lot of people who have played Ultimate who are making the transfer or the crossover to the PDGA. We've already seen that with a local here in Atlanta, Mark Poole, who's done pretty moderately successful as he's moved his way up in the PDGA rankings. I just wanted to talk about it. It's something I think if you're a disc fan, especially in Ultimate, it's worth looking at. I would definitely check out the Disc Golf Network. It's like an app you can get on your phone, and definitely tune in and watch some of the coverage. Usually they're like 4 days long, and it's just something I can kind of put on the TV and watch the FPO play, and then watch the MPO later in the day, or depending on how they do the schedule. But it was really impressive. I want to just say congratulations to all the people who've been a part of the Disc Golf Network. I think they're doing an incredible job. I think the coverage is amazing. Something that you look at their site and you can go and look at all the past tournaments as well. So I just wanted to give a shout out to it. If you're an Ultimate fan and you've been missing disc sports in general, definitely I recommend giving PDGA a chance. I think for someone like me, it was just good to fill that void that we were having with sports right now, and I think they're doing a great job. Moving on to our last portion of this show, of this episode, and it's kind of more of a question, stuff that I can throw out to you, the audience. But kind of what is your sentiment right now of Ultimate? I mean, is there a very good chance that we'll have Ultimate in 2021? I still feel like it's kind of up in the air. I'm not quite positive that this stuff that we're going through right now is just going to disappear anytime soon, and really the uncertainty makes it very scary. And for someone like me who's been playing Ultimate, I came in late. I didn't start playing till I was kind of in my 20s, at least competitively. And now I'm 30. I just had my son, and so there's a lot going on with this year off for me. I was already kind of banking on the idea that I wasn't going to be able to play club this year because of my newborn, money's tight, that kind of thing. I don't know if it was going to be able to bring my wife with me with the kids. There's a lot of questions, so I thought about maybe just taking this year off anyways. But then because of this, what's going on right now, it starts to make you wonder, like, how much more time do I really want to put in Ultimate? I'm 30 years old, turning 31 here, so I'll be 31 in the next club season. I already felt like I was maybe had 4 to 5 more years. I mean, I could keep going, but I knew I was the kind of person where I wasn't going to stop playing until something broke, and it always kind of worried me. But I think this gave me a lot of reflection, especially for someone, like I said, we've been watching the PDGA. I started to kind of have this moment of, well, what do I want to take more seriously now? I think with the PDGA, yeah, I'm not going to become, it's never like I'm going to become someone who's super popular, amazing at the sport, but I want to find something that I can enjoy and still be competitive. And looking forward now, I kind of looked at the PDGA, or just disc golf in general, as something that I can still be competitive with myself and others, and it feels a lot safer, and it's something that I can honestly like bring my wife with, and we can take turns throwing and holding the baby, and it's a little bit more family friendly in that regards. Especially if I end up going to tournaments, you know, it's going to be a little bit easier to bring the family along. And so that's a bit my kind of story as far as Ultimate sentiment. There's a real good chance that the competitive, the real seriousness of what I've brought to Ultimate is starting to make that shift, and it's probably going to go to disc golf. But it doesn't mean I'm giving up on Ultimate. And as a viewer, I'd much prefer to watch Pro Ultimate. That's just where my mind's at. I played the sport a lot. I love the different schemes you can run. And team sports just brings that out as far as having a fan base and you know, cheering for your team, finding a rival, that kind of stuff. Whereas with disc golf, it's just the beauty of the sport itself, a little bit more simplistic. And you can kind of pick your favorites, but it's more of the individualized sport. And I think going forward for me, disc golf's now, you know, you can go do that right now. There's still tournaments. Yeah, I mean, are they social distancing the way you actually should social distance? I'm not quite sure. There's definitely players a lot like close together in groups, but as far as, you know, they're outside, there is a little bit more opportunity to space, whereas Ultimate, it is a little bit tougher to do. But I want to really talk to the audience here. I want to know what your sentiment of Ultimate. You know, do you think 2021 is going to come back? Are we going to have Ultimate? Or will it just be maybe some small events going into 2021? Also, like, depending on how old you are, I think like a 19-year-old or an 18-year-old missing out this year, they've got a lot more time to build back up. 1 year for them, they can, as long as they stay, you know, fit, and honestly, even if they don't stay conditioned, they're gonna bounce back. Where someone like me at 30, you know, has a family now, Ultimate is kind of taking more and more of a back seat, and because of it being taken away from us, it was a lot easier to let it go. It's not that I don't want to play Ultimate, I definitely do, and I think I'm still gonna have some competitive edge to it, but it's starting to change the sentiment. I'm not missing it as much as I thought. Saving a lot of money by not paying a bunch of club dues and USAU dues, all that kind of stuff. So it's a very interesting place to be right now as an Ultimate fan, as an Ultimate player. You know, you really have time to, you know, relax, let go, and really contemplate where you want to go in your future with sports. And so for me, you know, hitting that over 30 now, starting to wonder, like, do I really want to put my body at risk? Do I really want to pay all this money to be on a team and travel, and especially when I have a newborn? All these questions kind of come up, so I want to know what you guys think out there. Well, how do you feel now having this year off? Do you miss it as much as you thought, or actually are you enjoying some of the time off? Have you been looking at disc golf as another avenue of maybe shifting over to that, or maybe jumping into a whole new type of sport altogether? So let me know what you think in the comments down below. What is your sentiment as far as Ultimate? What do you think about next year? Will we have it? And where do you stand as an individual? So that's going to wrap it up for this episode. I want to thank you all for tuning in. I also want to just thank you so much for all the people who have been supportive of the show, and also critical in a very positive way, trying to help make the show better. This show's never really been about me. It's just about putting content out there. Like I said, I've always wanted this show to grow bigger, to the point where I might even have someone replace me and eventually in the future have it more daily and all this kind of stuff. So every time you guys are tuning in, every time you're hitting the like button, the subscribe button, you're really helping the show become even bigger than what it is now. So I just want to thank you so much for tuning in, doing all that stuff. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and guess what? I will see you all next week.